Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing New Horizons video, and today it's snowing! Well, for some of us. Now that Turkey Day and Nook Friday is out of the way, it's officially the winter season on the New Horizons island, and of course in the Northern Hemisphere, which means we say goodbye to the rainfall and say hello to snow. The winter season begins today, November 26th, and runs all the way through to February next year. However, before we see our entire islands covered in snow, we first get to experience some very light snow showers and what's known as Snow Day. Snow Day is the day of the first snowfall of the season and can happen anytime over the next 2 weeks. Some islands will have their snow day today, and other islands will have it sometime next week. Mine, for example, is actually November 27th, so tomorrow, but it's not the same day every year and depends on your island's weather pattern. Isabel actually announces Snow Day and the first snowfall in the morning announcement, and at some point that day you'll begin seeing light snow showers. These are the equivalent to light rain showers, it's just snow instead. Have you had your snow day yet? Let us know in the comments. Now, no matter when you see your snow day, these light showers continue for around 2 weeks. A few lucky people may see some heavier showers for the odd hour during this time, but on December 10th, everyone in the Northern Hemisphere has a 100% chance of heavy snowfall, and it will be snowing heavily for the majority of the day for everyone. Anyway, during these light showers and in the lead up to December 10th, acorns and pine cones will continue to be available, but once we have our guaranteed day of heavy snowfall, they'll stop spawning. Now, thanks to December 10th and the day of heavy snowfall, the snow will finally settle, and from December 11th, every island in the Northern Hemisphere will be completely covered in snow, including grass, buildings, trees and bushes. You get the idea. Once the snow covers our islands on December 11th, snowballs can be encountered, which are used to make snowboys, and of course both snowflakes and large snowflakes can be obtained. These are used to craft items from the gorgeous Snowflake and Frozen furniture series. From this point onwards, both light and heavy snowfall will continue to be fairly consistent throughout the rest of winter, with more heavy snowfall between Toy Day and Countdown. The only time we won't see snow during the winter is of course during the Countdown event on December 31st and the first few days of New Year's. This is because New Year's Eve and New Year's Day are technically event days too, and from January 1st through to January 4th we see fine weather and higher chances of seeing the Aurora Borealis. The chances of heavy snowfall end on February 23rd, and the chances of light snowfall end on February 24th, as the snowfall then transitions back into rain. The snow then melts February 25th and spring begins. Thank you of course to the patrons and channel members for supporting this content, and if you'd like to learn more about some of the changes coming to New Horizons this December, be sure to check out this next video.